Hey, Dave here. I hope you're having an awesome day. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And if you hit the little notification bell, it lets you know when I post a new video. So go ahead, hit it. I found this Slave One at my thrift store for like $1.99. It is missing the guns here, and I believe it had some sort of thing that shot out here. But other than that, it's looking really nice. I want to do something a little bit fun with this, and I want to paint it like a New York taxi cab. Maybe it's Boba Fett's job after he retired to just kind of chill and drive people around. So I have no clue if it'll work, but I got some ideas. Come on, let's check it out. Okay, so here's the Slave One. Looks pretty cool. The little wings move back and forth. The cockpit opens up. You could put a little action figure in there. I just got myself at a yard sale. I found a Brothers Cut and Scan vinyl cutter. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this all black, and then cut out some stickers that are like taxi, maybe some little checkered patterns, some other fun little details. Then paint it yellow, and then when I peel that up, I'll have the black underneath, and just do some different detailing here and there. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. And then I think right here, I am going to make, either I'll plug it up, or I might make some kind of bracket, and it would be like an advertising sign like you would see on a New York taxi cab. Not sure what I'm going to do here yet. I might just do a little plastic dome over that and make it look like it's in use, or I might fill it. I'm not sure yet, but that's where I'm at. Let's go paint this thing black. Okay, I got it all painted black. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and figure out how I'm going to plug this hole. So I just grabbed a little bowl of parts, and looking at a lid that was kind of weird. There's like a hubcap from a tank. Didn't really fit. The hole was kind of weird on it also. This piece here I thought was kind of cool. It's from a Gundam model, and I liked the little green dome on it. I thought, oh, this could be kind of cool. But then when I was looking at the side profile of it, I was like, it's pretty tall. I don't really love it. So then I was digging around, and I found this hatch from a tank, and it's really flat, and it even had these two little prongs, like little hinges, and low profile. So I thought that works pretty nice. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and use that. So I'm trying to fit a flat piece onto a formed body. So what I'm doing is just taking some sandpaper. You take the flat hatch from the model and just rub it back and forth, and it will actually sand the plastic piece to the shape of the body. That way when I glue it on, there's no weird gaps or anything. So this worked out pretty nice. So I wanted to show you kind of what I'm working on. I have got in Illustrator a file set up that I'm going to cut on my new Brothers Scan and Cut that I found at a yard sale. So I'm making these little checkered patterns, and I'm going to use these as vinyl templates to spray paint. So come over here, and I'll show you what I've done is I've just printed them out, and I'm kind of sticking them on, and I have in the Mandalorian language and font, this says taxi. I'm going to cut little vinyl stickers for these checkers. I'm going to stick them on. I'm going to stick on where you see white, that will stay black, and then I'm going to spray paint the whole thing yellow. I hope that'll make sense once you see it. On the side here, I've got little markings, maybe like his license and registration. Over here on the side, I actually did in the Mandalorian font, it says New York City. I'm going to actually redo this. I'm going to do Tatooine. So I thought that was kind of funny. And then down here at the bottom, I've got these little Lego pegs. I'm going to stick these guys in. And then I've got a little polystyrene rod that I'm going to glue in place like this. And what I want to do is I want this to be some advertising, like most taxis would have advertising on it. So I'm going to have this little thing that's going to glue on. It's a little polystyrene piece. And then I just made this little ad that says Droidsmith. For fast droid repair, call Babu. And that's Babu Frick. And then a phone number, and then it's in the Mandalorian font again. So I think that's it's just silly and funny. So that'll be a little advertisement for the taxi. So I'm going to paint this all up yellow. And I ended up using this latch to cover that hole. If you remember, there's a hole there. And I think it's going to look pretty cool. So let's get cutting some stickers. All right, once it's all cut, then you have to weed it out. That's just removing the excess sticker. And it was so tiny, it was a pain in the neck, but slow and steady wins the race, and we got it all off, and it looked really good. Then you put transfer tape over the top. That way you can transfer it onto the model itself. And then I'm just lining it up, getting it pressed on there really nice, peel off the transfer tape. And I went ahead and did this for the entire project. I put all the stickers on there and had some really nice masks to work with, and I think it worked out pretty nice. Okay, that was a pain in the neck. These stickers were so small, they were really hard to get off, but I think I have some really cool markings on here, and I think I'm ready to go paint it yellow. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I had it painted all black, then I started painting yellow over it, but the yellow is so translucent that it just wasn't covering, so I had to spray it with a primer. Then I painted the yellow over and it worked really nice. My one concern is I have done so many layers of paint that I don't know how well these stickers are going to come off. Hopefully they come off pretty easy, but I have a feeling there's so many layers it might give me trouble. So let's give it a shot and see what happens. So fortunately they came off really easy. I had a couple of little problems in some numbers, but just touch that up with paint, no big deal. I'm painting the wings black. Painting a couple of the panels black, just so it kind of breaks up the monotony of all the yellow. And then I've got some silver paint here that I'm just painting areas that I think would be metallic. Then I take my Nuln oil and I'm going to do my little wash. I was trying to be really careful here. It didn't work out that great, so you'll see later I just cover it all up. The windshield had some scuffs in it, so I'm just going to sand those out and get that fixed up. Okay, so I've got two things going on here. I was trying to just carefully put in each line, but there's just so many lines, so I went ahead and just did the Nuln oil all over the whole thing. I'm going to take a sponge with a Scotch-Brite and scrub this down, so I'll do that in a second. But I've also sanded down this windshield, and it looks pretty good. It is really smooth. I used wet sand 1200 grit, so I've got a really smooth feel to it. So I'm going to try a Rust-Oleum gloss clear coat and see if that will shine this up. So that's what I'm going to go do right now. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I've got about 4 coats of Rust-Oleum clear coat, and it is actually still a little translucent, so I think that worked out pretty nice. Alright, I got my Scotch-Brite sponge, bowl of water, a couple paper towels. Let's start scrubbing this guy down and see if we can finish it up. Alright, so it is coming along quite nicely. I'm going to do just some final touch-ups here. I probably should have done a clear coat over the whole thing because the black paint is kind of scrubbing off a little bit, but in some areas where I did the panels and the black paint scrubbed off, it's kind of cool. I might touch it up a little bit, but put the windshield back on. I might take some silver paint and do just a little bit of chipping around in some areas, and then we will call this one done. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I got to put my signage on. So I've got the little Lego pieces glued in, little polystyrene tubing, and then my little advertisement. So I'm wrapping that up, and then I will show you a final shot of this. Again, as always, it is a great day to be a toy nerd. Have a great one.